جی ویلکم بیک ونس اگین. جاگو دنیا آپ دیکھ رہے ہیں سندس جمیل اور فاروق حسن کے ساتھ. اس وقت کاملا کانروائے یو ایس کونسل جنرل ہمارے ساتھ موجود ہے اور ہم بات کر رہے ہیں یو ایس ایڈ کے حوالے سے. جس قسم کی ہمیں ہیلپ کی ضرورت ہے یو ایس سے, نہ صرف یو ایس سے بلکہ جتنے بھی ممالک ہیں,
انٹرنیشنل ڈونرز جتنے بھی ہیں ان کے حوالے سے. اور کاملا بھی ہمیں یہ بیسکلی بتا رہی تھیں کہ یو ایس ڈیفینیٹلی کنسرنڈ ہے, اور بھی دنیا کے وہ ممالک جہاں پہ نیچرل ڈیزاسٹرز ہٹ کرتے ہیں وہاں پہ یو ایس جو ہے وہ بہت ایکٹیو ہوتا ہے. امریکن گورنمنٹ جو ہے وہ پہنچتی ہے ان وکٹمس تک اور ان تک امداد پہنچاتی ہے. اس وقت بھی 6 ہیلی کاپٹرز جو ہیں وہ آپریٹ کر رہے ہیں. اس کے علاوہ 8 جو ہے پیکٹس کی, جیسے میں نے بتایا تھا, کھانے پینے کی اشیاء, ٹینٹس, وہ ابھی رستے میں ہیں, وہ آ رہے ہیں. اور فائنینشیل اسسٹنس جو ہے پاکستان کے مختلف حصوں تک وہ یو ایس نے ابھی اناؤنس کی ہے, اور مزید ایفرٹس جو ہیں اس پہ جاری ہیں. اور کاملا سے بریک پہ جانے سے پہلے میں نے یہ پوچھا تھا کہ ان کا طریقہ کار کیا ہے یہ ایڈ جو آتی ہے اس فلڈ افیکٹیز کے لیے اسے ڈسٹریبیوٹ کرنے کا, اور وہ اس کا جواب دے تھی. کاملا, آئی واز جسٹ سیئنگ بیسکلی بفور گوئنگ آن دا بریک, I was asking you what's your modus operandi for distribution of this aid, and you said that you coordinate and liaise with the NDMA, which is the National Disaster Management Authority, and then it's up to them to distribute it into different areas through the district coordination officer and all.
No, sorry. The information flows through those channels, but we expect that we'll be using partners who are out on the ground, UN organizations, NGOs, both international and domestic NGOs. And I think some of the assistance may in fact flow through the government, but I don't believe we've got any of that started yet.
Okay.
To be honest, at this stage, we and everybody else are still, while we're conducting rescue operations, we're also conducting assessment operations, because as the floods continue and as the rain continues, you may think you have to wait for the water to recede to be able to get out and see what sort of damage has been done.
Yeah.
And the floodwaters aren't receding. The rain's still falling. We had the 6 helicopters that I mentioned earlier were actually grounded for bad weather for 4 days. And so it's been very difficult just to get the information to know exactly where people are, to be able to get the assistance that they need to them. And different people need different sorts of assistance, although water's the top priority. Clean water's the top priority. Exactly. Food is the next priority. And making sure that it's appropriate food, that won't spoil on the way out. I mean, people are extremely well-intended. The Pakistani people are very generous, and they're providing assistance, but some of what they're providing, it makes sense if you're sitting in a dry place, but it doesn't make so much sense if you're sitting in a hot and wet place. So providing milk to people can contribute to making babies really sick, because people provide them with milk, but the milk spoils so quickly. And even dry milk can be a problem for infants, because it's mixed with dirty water, and then the babies get really sick. And so it's better when you've got infants to worry about, children to worry about, to at least initially provide high energy biscuits, because that way the water that they take in is going to be minimal, but they get the nutrients that they need, they get the calories that they need to sustain them until proper food is available.
The two main things, Kamila, I think that Pakistan would really be looking forward to. One is the filtration plants that you mentioned, because in these areas, we were just mentioning in the program, Sundus was also talking about it, that people don't have access to clean drinking water. Exactly. And we, when I was in the field, I saw small children, kids drinking water. I was standing within the water, because we were surrounded by water, and they were drinking water from I was standing there, and I could see the kids, and I asked them, I said, what are you doing? And they said, this is the only water we have. So that is one thing that if we can spread on an immediate basis, that should help suffice, and it can control the disease. Second thing, the mobile ambulance kind of stuff, or the mobile medical unit that you talked about on the boat, I think that right now on an immediate basis, if we get that could really be a booster.
Well, we have, and I'm trying to keep track of a lot of information, but I've just reviewed my fact sheet, and we have actually delivered to NDMA the 6 water filtration units, plus the water bladders, plus a dozen Zodiac boats. And let me talk about the water system first. What our USAID team have told me that we do is these water bladders are huge plastic tanks, basically, that are collapsible.
Okay.
And so we can establish those a certain distance from each other, and then send the water filtration unit. The water filtration units are mobile, and so you can send a water filtration unit to one bladder, have it filter water from the floods, fill the bladder, and then move on to the next one, and make a circuit around so that by the time they get back to that first bladder, it's empty and is ready to be refilled, and then they can start over again.
Alright.
Can I just translate it in Urdu if you don't mind? بیسکلی کاملا یہ کہہ رہی ہیں کہ یہ چھوٹے چھوٹے جو واٹر فلٹریشن پلانٹس کی ہم بات کر رہے ہیں اس وقت سب سے زیادہ ضرورت جو ہے صاف پانی کی ہے وہاں پہ, تو یہ کہہ رہی ہیں کہ یہ چھوٹے یونٹس جو ہیں وہ بنا دیں گے جس طرح بلیڈر ہوتا ہے, اور وہ مختلف جگہوں پہ کولیپسیبل ہوتے ہیں, وہ ٹرانسپورٹ ایزیلی ہو سکتے ہیں, ان کو ایک جگہ سے دوسری جگہ لے جایا جا سکتا ہے. ان کو یہ مختلف جگہوں پہ لگا دیں گے, اور پھر جو واٹر پیوریفیکیشن پلانٹ ہے وہ موبائل ہے, یعنی کہ وہ موو کر سکتا ہے پانی کے درمیان بھی, سڑک پہ بھی, اور وہ جا کے وہ پانی کو پیوریفائی کر کے نکال کے ان بلیڈرز میں یا ان یونٹس میں جو ہے وہ فل کر دے گا, اور پھر اگلے والے پہ جائے گا, وہاں اس کو فل کرے گا, ان 6 کو فل کر کے پھر واپس آئے گا, اور یہ سائیکل چلتی رہے گی. اور ان 6 اسپاٹس پہ فی الحال جہاں پہ یہ موجود ہے وہاں پہ صاف پانی جو ہے عوام کو مہیا ہو سکتا ہے. This is basically what Kamila said. Kamila, and second thing, can we know some details on that mobile unit of the medical unit that you're talking, the healthcare?
Well, I know that this is an international NGO that's working in Rajanpur, and I last heard from them on Sunday that they were getting ready to go with that. I don't have specific deals about where it is in Rajanpur.
Kamila, you must be aware that Capco and like these kind of Parco has also been affected due to these floods.